Welcome to Organic Chemistry Lab 2 for the summer of 2020. We're in Summer B. I am Dr. Amber Charleboy. I am the professor for the course, and I'm looking forward to working with you this session. So in the back behind me, you see the Organic Chemistry Lab. This is an online lab, so you won't actually have to enter that room at all personally, but I will take you there. So I will be doing all of the laboratory experiments myself in video format. I will post those videos, and I will then have you create your notebook entries as if you were the one doing the experiment and capture all of the observations and the data. I will provide additional data as well, so that you can do the lab report as if you had actually done the lab. You'll have to do 2 presentations as well, so you'll pick 2 techniques that you're interested in. There will be a final spectroscopy determination, final exam, that will include mass spectrometry. So one of the techniques we'll learn this semester is mass spec. You also have to do organic chemistry laboratory notebook in Google, and so I'll talk about that a little bit more in just a few minutes. And there will be a Moodle quiz on each of the experiments that we do as well. It's going to be a busy, crazy, fast experience, just like Summer A was. Let's now take just a few minutes and delve into the syllabus a little bit. And after that, we'll delve into what we'd like the online notebook to look like. Okay, awesome. Welcome. Okay, so here's the syllabus for the course. Here is my name and my contact information and my office hours. My office hours will be Tuesday from 9:30 to 10:30 and Thursday from 3 to 4, and of course by appointment. And those office hours will be held via Zoom. Required materials: we need access to Google Doc for that electronic notebook, and you'll need high-speed internet so that you can watch videos. Here are the student learning outcomes for the course. So the expectations I have for you in this course is that you will watch all of the videos and read all of the experimental procedures. Then you will complete a Moodle quiz, and you'll be completing your entries in an online electronic notebook in Google. In one case, there's going to be a worksheet that's for the mass spec. You'll pick 2 experiments that you'll do a presentation on. That's a 3 to 5 minute video that you will make and submit. Then there's the final exam that's a spectroscopy question at the end of the semester. I hope that you adhere to the academic integrity statement that's put out by the university and do all your own work, please. And that's primarily going to come into play when you need to cite references for everything that you write in your lab report. If you need any special accommodations, please let me know so that I can make that happen. Here's the breakdown for the points for grading. Moodle quizzes will be worth 300 points out of the 1,000. The electronic lab notebooks will be worth 450 points out of the entire 1,000. That one worksheet will be worth 50. That's for the mass spec. Your videos will be worth 100. And then your final spectroscopy structure determination test will be also worth 100 points. So the first thing I need you to do is go in and establish a Google Doc that you will share with me and give me commenting access. I do not need editing access. I just need commenting access. If I write a comment in your notebook, I expect that you leave the comment there, even if you resolve it, so that I can keep track if you've made updates in your lab report. There's also a packet that's called the Welcome to Organic Chemistry Lab packet that's in Moodle, and you can access that for more details about what to write in your notebook. Here is the proposed course schedule. So this is going to be important as we move through the summer. It does come fast, and so you want to really keep an eye on what's due and when it's due. For example, on Tuesday, I will post the intro to the lab, the safety, and spectroscopy review. All of these things were part of Organic I Lab, and so it should be pretty straightforward for the students that just finished Organic I Lab. But for those of you who finished that maybe quite a while ago, definitely spend some time in that part of the Moodle course, the review. There'll be a Moodle quiz, and then you'll have to make a notebook entry on all of those items, and I'd like to see a notebook entry on each of the different videos that were there. And then next, July 2nd, we have the mass spec. And so those will be some videos that are posted about how to interpret mass spec. There'll be a worksheet, and then of course a Moodle quiz as well. And so over here to the far right, we see the due date. So if the information is all posted on Tuesday, the 30th of June, then you have 1 week for everything to be due. And then the stuff that's posted on July 2nd, which is a Thursday, that's going to be due on July 9th. And so you can see right here is the due dates for everything through the semester. So again, this schedule is going to be very important as we move very quickly through this summer session. So I just wanted to discuss briefly what I expect in the electronic lab notebook. You each will have one document that you share with me so that I can have access to it for the entire session. And I'd like the title page to be Electronic Laboratory Notebook, Organic Chemistry Lab, with your name here and the date. And then you can see in my tab section over here, the next page is going to be the table of contents. And then you'll put here the list of the experiments with the page numbers that they're on. And then you see, here's your first experiment. So this is the title page for your first experiment, your name and the date. And then you'll go through and write the introduction, the experimental, the data and calculations, the results and conclusions, the post-lab questions. And so I'd also like you to reflect on these 3 questions for every single laboratory. I want you to think about the most challenging part of the experiment that you watched me do. I want you to see if you can find any mistakes that I've made in that video. And then I'd like you to make at least one suggestion for how the experiment could be improved. And I need literature references. So if there's no literature references at the end of your lab report, you will get points taken off. I just wanted to mention that there's a deeper description of what goes into each of these categories in that welcome packet, and I'll talk about that in just a second. In the introduction, you will lose points if you do not include the chemical reaction that we are doing in that experiment. Okay, so that might take a couple pages, and then the next page is going to be your next experiment. So the way that you're going to get this to appear over here in the tabs, which is just going to make it so much more organized and so much easier for me to see what you've done, is you highlight the title that you want over here, and then you're going to do format, paragraph style, title, apply title. As soon as you hit this right there, it will make it become a tab over here. So that's what I would like, okay? And for each experiment, you'll do all of that. Okay, perfect. And the last thing I want to talk about really quickly is just this Welcome to Organic Chemistry Laboratory welcome packet. And it's in Moodle and you can access it, but it has a lot of information. It starts with safety in the laboratory. We talk about MSDS sheets, CAS numbers, good laboratory practices. It talks about what's expected in the lab and some specific requirements for laboratory notebooks. It also has here the integrity policy that you're welcome to look at. And here's the part that I really wanted to highlight, which is keeping a laboratory notebook. And so this page might be worth printing this off. Typically, if it was a face-to-face laboratory experiment, you would be doing all of the things here that are underlined as a pre-lab exercise, and you would be doing the bolded things here while you were in the laboratory, and then you would be doing the italics things here after the laboratory to get your lab report ready. But of course, because we are online, all of these things are going to be done probably kind of right in this order at any time before the due date. And they're all going to be put into your electronic laboratory notebook. So that will include what we would call a pre-lab. That would include the data and the observations as you're actually watching the videos. And then that would include the results and conclusions here. And I think that's all I wanted to highlight in this packet. There you have it. Welcome to Organic Lab 2. It should be a fun, crazy, fast, and informative 6 weeks. Please know that I'm here for you if you need me. All you have to do is send me an email, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Okay, good luck.